Hello, Anna. I'm going to give you some feedback here in this video regarding text number 2, or task number 2 rather. Your text on the use of air power and coin. I had an issue with the document. The top part seemed to be missing. I'm not really sure whether that's to do with my internet connection, maybe it hasn't downloaded properly. I tried doing it a couple of times. And it just sort of starts on page 2 and it seems that your introduction is missing. So what I can comment on is what's there right now. So I will actually start by saying some things that I've said to a lot of your colleagues on this course, which is to do with introducing the text as a text, just in case you haven't done that. The introduction needs to be about the text and not about the topic. You do that afterwards. You introduce like a roadmap of how you're going to get from A to B and how to complete the task. And you tell me, staying with this kind of map metaphor, the places that we're going to visit in order to get from A to B. When you get into the body text, you then signpost along the way, telling me where am I on the journey to the conclusion. The discussion has to have a conclusion. That's where we end. So where am I on the road to the conclusion? Now, what I'm sort of gathering from what I have read of the rest of the text is that you don't signpost a lot in terms of where am I on the road to this conclusion. So keep that in mind. In terms of the sort of first part, which is to do with coin and air power, I would like you to be much more specific about why is this relevant information. Give it a little bit more meta text. You know, the type of text where you say what we need to understand about blah, 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 what is specific about coin, the limitations, the advantages. Make those types of words more strong. I know that you're actually writing it, but it's about also signposting it, because then I know, okay, I'm not going to getting into 3 theoretical points of view that can be employed in the understanding of using air power in coin operations. Then how will they then relate to what you've written about coin and air power? So within part 1, you need a little bit more coherence, and then create a bridge between part 1 and part 2 that tells me why then use these 3 theories. What's relevant? What's less important? And then conclude. What do you think about this? Moving from the structural level into the paragraph level, you need to go back and look at the templates that I presented you with. There are too many of your paragraphs that don't have a clear topic sentence. They tend to become a bit cluttered and a little bit imprecise. So I would suggest that you organize your information in these very sort of annoyingly straightforward, simplistic templates that I introduced in the PowerPoint, because it will make it easier for your reader. And I think it also might make it easier for you to sort of stay in control of your own writing, because there's clutter, kind of information that you're not really sure what to do with. And maybe it's because you weren't sure about your writing. Either way, organizing the information in those really simple templates does help. You can always sort of start with a template and then kind of soften that up and elaborate on it and make it your own. But I would suggest for task 4, when you write the next time, for us, me and Sophie, that you try doing it in a more straightforward way, because it will just make it a more readable text, a more readily understandable text. Okay, so that was structure it so that I understand where I am in your text. Signpost. I would add to that, try reading your text as the reader or showing it to somebody else to check whether the coherence is there. And then use the paragraph templates to organize your information. Very final comment is in regard to your wording, the way that you phrase your sentences. You can sometimes be a little bit vague and a little bit imprecise. And again, I would suggest try reading your text, putting it away, looking at it again, if you have the time, a day later, if not, a couple of hours, and see if it makes sense. Is this precisely put? Some places it's a bit, I'm not really sure what she's saying, but because I know the context and know the text that you've been reading, I understand it, but I'm not sure that somebody who doesn't have that knowledge would immediately understand it. So a little bit more precision in terms of your wording as well would be very good. Okay, so that is it for me now. But I should leave you on this note, which is that you don't make grammatical mistakes. You seem to be in control of grammar in terms, and it's fairly fluent as well. So we don't have any breakdowns. So there's a lot for you to build on. I just want you to keep in mind when you hear all of this, that we're talking about tweaking the form of how you write. At the very basic level, you have a good foundation to build on, basically. Probably should have said that at the top of this video to start with the good news. So, but there is good news in this as well. If you want to ask me any questions, you can write me an email or you can talk to me on Friday. Okay, have a good weekend. Bye.